Welcome to Emancipated Studio. Welcome my uncle, Uncle Stu, the old man on the block.
Salute, 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 salute. A pleasant good evening, good day, and good morning based on what time zone we are in. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say thank you because you could have been anywhere tonight, but tonight you chose to hang out with Uncle Stu, the old man on the block. So I appreciate my little right-hand security. Trash Can Waves in the house. Stephen Day in the house. Mr. Vaughn in the house. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Dre Blanco in the house. What's going on? I hope that your mind is okay tonight. I hope that your spirit is okay tonight. But in more so, I just hope you and your family is doing okay tonight. And if you're not doing okay, it's all right not to be okay. You just make sure your uncle knows you're not okay so that we can make sure that at the end of this stream, you're going to be okay. Because I need you to understand, I told you before, you are not a number. You're a person, a whole person. Now, let's do some basic understanding of what we got going on. We will be putting in the description page. You will be seeing a Patreon. You also will be seeing a members only. And I need you to understand the only reason why we didn't put the Patreon up yet or the members only is because we don't want you to get charged twice, being that it is at the end of the month. So what we're going to do is we're going to wait till February and then we're going to put it out. So that way, if you want to join and become a member and you'll see what the members benefit is going to be, then you'll definitely be able to do that without being charged twice. Another thing dealing with the members only is there's going to be some times where you'll have the right to communicate with me one-on-one. So understand that sometimes you may not want to get on a platform and talk. Sometimes you may not want to, write something that somebody can see publicly. So we're going to make it where you'll be able to have private access with me. Now, there is something that I was told this morning. And as I went through this day and going through many different YouTube pages, I heard something that was extremely disturbing to me. I heard about this pastor who said some things, did some things, and it was some nasty things. My understanding is that he had the audacity to spit in his hand and threw it in a man's face and he stood there. Now, this was so disheartening on so many different levels. So many different levels. But the sad part is that he's not the only foolish one that does foolish things on a pulpit, making our community look foolish. He is not the only one that has done foolish things behind a pulpit to our people who does foolish things. But to show you how much I care, to show you the love, to show you that we're not here to play games, and that and I've always said, I am the platform that's going to raise up good men, solid men, that's going to teach men how to be men. And I am here to show women, the good men, and be able to teach the women how to love the man they're with. I need you to also understand that many people give tithes and offering and get no blessing. Let me say that one more time. Y'all been giving your tithes and your offering, but you ain't got no blessing. Tonight, I'm giving you the blessing. Tonight, I said, we are going to be a platform that's going to have results. We're going to be mission focused and results driven. So tonight, you got the bonus that the results is going to produce. So my first guest is going to come, and what I'm going to ask him to do is give y'all a word. So whether we got a full chat like we normally would have, or you see it in the aftermath, you know that the word of God has gone forth. So let me introduce you to a new man, a new word of God, a man that's going to help all men to understand how to be a real man and not no punk man, or as he said in his own words, a sent man. Let me introduce you to Developing Dad.
What's going on, Uncle Stu? Look, I don't know if I can follow that introduction, but brother, thank you for that introduction.
Listen, man of God, we got to give the shout out to Wally first. Because Wally was the first one to say, hey, Uncle Stu, you need to hook up with this one.
Right.
And then Wally ran to you, and he was like, okay.
Right.
And I said, well, Wally, we trying. He said, Uncle Stu, I said, I've been over there, Wally. I said, we had small talk. I said, but his schedule was different than my schedule. But we talked, Wally. You good, Wally. You good. And Wally been on my case ever since. Uncle Stu, did you go? I said, yes, Wally. I said, we got it. We're going to work it out. Let me get to where I need to go. We're going to work it out.
Well, I'm glad to be here. I am glad to be here. Thank you for inviting me. Oh, but what a topic, right? What a topic.
It really is. It really is. And I'm going to tell you, because in a couple of weeks, I did a stream about 2-3 weeks ago, and it's called I Love Jesus, but I Can't Stand Church. And I'm getting ready to do a part 2 to that, because the numbers, okay, if we just want to go on analytics, my numbers was real high for that platform. So it tells me, and it showed me, at least on a one-time shot, that my people love some Jesus.
Yeah.
But the foolishness they seeing in the church is absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Can't disagree with you. I can't disagree with you. Look, I've done multiple videos on a very similar topic, using like Kevin Samuel's thoughts on the church, and then the video, the one that we're talking about right now. I mean, the one on the pastor who was this lady who was calling herself a pastor, but then having men healing infertility in men. Let's just say that I don't know if you saw that one. Yeah.
I heard about that one.
It's just so much stuff going on. And what it boils down to is that you've got a lot of goats in church, right? The sheep versus the goat, right? You need to feed the sheep, but you got to entertain goats, and goats want entertainment. And that's pretty much what that is. That was for shock value. Like what Michael Todd did was for shock value. He even admitted it in his apology, right? When he came back and he said, well, the spit hit the fan, like just mocking the idea of how gross and inappropriate that was for a man to do in the house of God. It's like, it's getting to the point now where we come to expect this, and that's a bad thing. We're expecting like who's going to go to the next level. Right? Who's going to take it to the next crazy level? Like, we're like, oh, okay, well, he spit in somebody's face. What's going to happen next? Right? And we're wondering, like, okay, when is it going to stop? And it's going to take men standing up and saying, we're done with this. We're tired of you all, of these charlatans who've taken over the church and are using, well, again, 2 Timothy chapter 3 says that they go in there to capture weak women. And you see most of these guys who are doing this
in the 90s. That's right.
They've been doing, you're exactly right. They've been doing this since the 90s, when the mega church model started to flourish. And it just started to build and build and build, and they saw how they could get money. When the black family started to erode, they began to take advantage of the women. They're like, hey, these women, they've got no man in the house, but they've got income, because women start, like the income level for black women started going up. Right. And they saw that as an opportunity to start milking these women for this money. You see, the books are always written towards women with women in mind. And it's just, we've got to just stand up and say, this is enough. You guys are not welcome in our homes. You're not welcome on our platforms. You're not welcome here anymore. If you want to do all of that stuff, We need to make that. We need to make that the like right now. Good solid preachers are the ones who are being silenced. We need
Right.
to make them the ones that are silenced.
Well, see, that's where you and I is going to start right here, right now. You know, everybody do know that, you know, I love the Lord. They know I got that little theology degree. You know, every once in a while the preacher come out.
Come on.
I definitely, but you know, I definitely want my people to know where the solid men of God are.
Yeah.
So I need them to understand that, yes, I'm monetized and that's great because it definitely takes money to run a platform. But I need them to know that they're sowing on good ground.
Right.
They're sowing on good seed that I'm putting in the work.
Yeah.
I'm making the networks. I'm making the connections.
Yeah.
And we're going to give you solid information. You
Yeah.
know, we're going to give you solid information. So, Vaughn, can you do me a favor and put Developing Dad's YouTube channel in the chat for me?
Appreciate that.
So I know you just came like at the last minute at my request. I just wanted my little community, you know, to really just get a fresh voice and to let them know that there is work being done behind the scenes. So you know, men of God are definitely up on it. And you know, I just wanted to, you know, introduce you to them. And I know you and I are going to definitely collaborate.
Yes,
you know, so
absolutely.
we're going to definitely get together and do that. But,
absolutely.
you know, I really appreciate you coming in, you know,
problem.
At that speedy moment. And Mr. Vaughn, he's definitely going to look up your page and put your, you know, your page in the channel. And, you know, I'll probably clip what you had to say so that people can understand, like, Uncle Stu out here making some connections.
That's right. That's right.
You
Yeah,
know.
you look. All you got to do, you call me anytime. I'll pop up. Look, you just
All
let me
right,
know.
that'll
Let me know,
work.
brother. Let me know.
I'm gonna definitely put you on that panel of the, you know, because we're gonna switch it, you know, based on the things that we did last time, you know, and this time it's gonna be what can we do, you know, because now we already validated the problem because you know I had some brothers on there. We validated the problem. Now this got to be the year of solutions.
Yeah.
You know, there's got to be the year of solutions. And, you know, like I told him, I don't want to necessarily set up the platform where I'm doing exegesis and giving them the hermeneutics and pulling out all the books. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know,
Right.
Trust me, I can do it. You
Come
know
on.
but the algorithm might get messed up and that's
Right. Oh man. Look.
But you know, at least let them know that there are some real solid brothers not trying to get their wives, their girlfriends, their daughters, you know, all that foolish stuff.
Yeah.
You know, and where they can even get some of your teaching, little 5-minute drop and make it work and go on and have a blessed day.
Yeah. Well, all right, brother. Yeah.
All right. Well, I appreciate you coming by.
No problem.
You
I appreciate you. I'm gonna be in the chat.
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
All right.
Yeah, I got this $1 million nurse. You know, see what he do. See, let me show you how big pimping he is. This brother will fly to your city, take your heartbeat, and collect a $10,000 check, and then talk about he on the next cruise going to Bahamas somewhere. And see, he can't lie to me because you know how you know how the thugs like to put the pictures up. He got it all on his IG. He just showing off pimp glasses, gold, and you sitting around here with a bottle of pills, you know, waiting on the nurse to show up. I tell you, I don't know what I'm gonna do. And he under 30. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
He said he one of them high value brothers.
Right. Yeah. He's a high value man. That's
Yeah. You know, he's floating in the Kevin Samuels circle. You know,
right.
He's chilling at the ankle, you know.
Yeah, we ain't in them circles. We ain't in them circles. No.
You know,
I need some more zeros behind mine.
3 nurses just to get to his level, you know.
Right. But we look at sharp though. We look at sharp. I love that.
Look like we got money.
I'm loving the I'm loving the suit and the tie. I'm loving it.
Appreciate you.
All right, brother.
All right, brother, dad. Salute, man to God. Thank you.
All right, appreciate y'all. See y'all around.
All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to now bring to the stage. They said when he was at the White House, they called this man. when the governor of California was filling his chest, they called this man. So tonight, because Brown Eyes wanted to make sure that Uncle Stu was going to be around for a while, she called this man. So give it up for the one and only, the high value nurse.
What's up? What's up?
What's
Yo,
going
Uncle
on,
Stu,
sir?
I appreciate that intro.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, I don't have $1 million yet, but we working on it though. We definitely working on it. But I thank you so much for having me on your platform tonight. I appreciate it.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. And let me also say, we got to put it up there. We didn't type it in, but I want to thank every single Cash App that came in yesterday. I thank you. I thank you. I thank you. Between JB and oh man, it was so many of y'all that we got to type it all out. And I'ma just say I thank y'all for every Cash App. JB, El Guapo, you know, the lead attorney, Big Bad Bull. We got a whole list. And I just want y'all to know it is so greatly appreciated. Just know that. And just know that your money is going to work for you. And it's going to definitely, what you sow into here, be knowing that we're definitely going to produce more and better quality content, give you real life information, and whatever you need, please do not be afraid to ask. Also, let me say this. I have discovered that people have been emailing me, and somehow I'm not getting the email, is winding up in spam. So do me a favor. If you email me and I don't respond to that email within 24 hours, please make sure I know the next time I do a live that you emailed me. Once again, if you email me and I don't respond in 24 hours, please let me know the next time the live go on that you email me so that I can check and make sure it didn't hit the spam. You can also reach me by IG. So I do answer emails, comments, and my IG. Now, what's going on, sir?
Man, just grinding, working hard as usual. Shout out to my brother King Gene, man. That's my brother. He in the chat, man. I appreciate him being here. But Uncle Stu, we just working, man. Like getting results, not complaining, taking accountability. We working over here.
Okay, let me ask you something, man, because it's one thing to be working, but this is something totally different. You know, you're working in an environment now where it's a literal life or passing away situation. And a lot of times, you know, first of all, let everybody know what your profession is. Although it's in the title, but let everybody know what your profession is.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I am a nurse. I've been a nurse for 2 years, and I work with the geriatric population. I've seen all kind of things, and I'm currently working my way up the ladder. I'm continuing my education to become the most valuable nurse that I can possibly be. That's the name of the game. So I work with people. I help people. I help heal the sick. I help people get to back where they once were, and I enjoy my job. I enjoy my job.
How are you dealing with the stress?
Well, here's the thing, Uncle Stu. I've heard you talk about this a lot. Balance. Yeah. It's about having balance. I deal with the stress honestly by recently I've adopted working out, and I've always taken my once a month trips. My teacher told me when I was in school to make sure you go on vacation once a month. I understand everybody can't do that, but I don't have any kids or anything like that. So she told me to go take a vacation once a month to decompress, to mentally help yourself, because this field is an unnormal field for most people to be in, meaning that you see death more than the average person, meaning that you see blood, guts, you see people dying all the time and all that kind of stuff. And especially coming into the game right on a cusp of the situation, the pandemic.
Mhm.
It was a lot, but I deal with it by taking my vacations once a month. I deal with it by going to the gym. I deal with it by trying to laugh, watching things that encourage me, but also watching things and watching people that motivate me. I've tried to remove a lot of negativity out of my life. There's certain music I don't listen to anymore. There's certain just things, period, on the internet that I don't listen to anymore because
Right.
it really serves me no good, no purpose. So I just try to stay in a positive place mentally. I make sure I take my monthly vacations, and I stay focused. I came in a game with intention, and I think that's why my mindset is a little bit different than maybe the average nurse.
Okay, let me ask you this because you said the whole thing is taking a vacation once a month, and I know that's extremely important. Could that be applicable to everyone in the sense of no matter what their profession, based on just your experience? Would you recommend that to people, like taking that weekend off, whether it's YouTube, whether it's, maybe they're retired and just take the weekend and go somewhere? How has that really helped you, especially in the profession that you're in?
Oh, I'm definitely an advocate for going on vacation. I like luxury vacations. I like nice things like that. And I
Right.
and I really think it just depends on your situation. Should you do it? Sure. But if you
Mhm.
if you can't do it, don't try to be like everybody else. I don't take these vacations to try to, keep up with the Joneses or
Right.
all that kind of stuff. I do it because it's what helps me mentally in my life. So I'm not the type of person to be like, well, you need to do this in order to survive. Some people
Mhm.
don't work as stressful as a stressful job as me, so they may not need to do it. Some people
Right.
may work a more stressful job than me, so they may need to do it. So it just all depends on where you are in your life at that particular moment. I mean, if I was working at, well, I don't want to downgrade anybody else's job, but I'll just say this. If
Understandable.
my job wasn't as stressful as it is, then maybe not. But it's up to you as a person. So
Well, your job is stressful if you really think about it, because first of all, my mother's a retired nurse, so I know about nursing, and but she didn't work during the midst of a pandemic neither. She
mhm,
didn't work, you know what I'm saying? She didn't work in the midst of a lockdown.
mhm,
I mean, if the hospital got locked down, it's because we had a blizzard in New York. But it wasn't, you knew the blizzard was going to be over soon. This
right,
is not an over soon situation.
right,
So you definitely have to be more cautious than other people,
absolutely,
in the sense of going in there, and you're dealing with a higher level of stress as far as the environment. So you're in a total different position, and you're a new nurse. So
yes.
it's not like, oh, you got 15, 20 years under your belt, and you got all that experience, you know, but your profession, you being a male, I don't even want to put color in it. You're in a profession where it's not male dominated. What made you go into that profession as a man?
Well, you know what, Uncle Stu, for years. Well, I'll start with this. My father's a biomed engineer, and
Mm,
before that, he got it. He was running group homes, so I would help him with running the group homes just as a young kid. So I saw that, and I've always had a knack for the medical field. I figured eventually I would go into the medical field in some way, form, or fashion. But before that, I was a truck driver.
mm.
I hated truck driving. I thought I was gonna be a rapper, but I had to look at reality in the face, and I said, you know what? Let me choose something. And it's crazy because I tell this story. I literally had to. I was like, okay, I need a job to where I can have as much time as I want and make a lot of money. So I literally did like a Google search, and
Okay.
nursing popped up. And I said, well, you know what? I can handle death. I can handle blood. Let me jump into this and see what this is all about. And
Right,
that's
right.
literally how I got into it.
All right. So by you getting into nursing, what was there other men coming in there with you, or was you just always
No,
surrounded
I've
by
always been
women?
the only guy in my class. Like when
And
I
how
in school,
and
I
how'd
was
you
the only
handle
male.
that? And
I,
how'd you handle that?
I didn't care. I was there for a goal. I wasn't trying to mess with none of the girls up in there. I mean, I wasn't
Mhm.
trying to, that wasn't my purpose or my focus. My focus was to get that license so I can get to the to the greater goal. I've always been really goal oriented. So that's just always been me and how I've gotten down. My father taught me discipline at an early age. And so getting with other chicks and everything like that, that's never been my primary focus when it comes to nursing, because I'm not trying to pay child support, number one. And but it's just never been my focus. So I didn't feel any way about it. I was just like, oh, okay, I'm going in here, do what I gotta do and get out.
I like that part that you said your dad taught you discipline. Let's talk
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
How did he explain discipline to you, and what does it mean to you in the sense of staying that way? Because you got some men that say it's natural to go out there and just do.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's natural.
We just spoke him up, didn't we?
Right. Shout out to CKQ. Shout out to CKQ, man. That brother doing big things over there, man. He's a plumber. He's getting it in, man. Shout out to CKQ doing his thing, man. I appreciate
he one of them high value brothers. He got, he got a couple of lawyers on the side and accountants and
$5,000 bow ties and everything.
Yeah,
like
you know
that.
what I'm saying?
CKQ.
I'm trying to get to where his level is,
I hear that. I'm not mad at that. But deep discipline for me started at an early age with my pops, because I'll make this brief, but when I was like 10 years old, my dad, he used to do, he owned houses and he used to do his own work. Like he used to do the landscaping. He would do the inner workings. He would do the heating and cooling. And it was a weekend. We worked really, really hard. It was me and some of my friends. We worked really, really hard. And I really wanted to go see this WWF show. And I was like, Dad, I need some money. He's like, all right, cool. I got some work for you. You come over here and do it, and we'll knock it out. I was like, okay, that's fine. So the weekend's over. I do, and this is like the hardest I ever worked. And I knew my pops, when my dad was proud, he didn't say nothing, but he gave me a look. And I knew, I was like, yeah, that's it right there. I'm getting it in. So he sat me down. He was like, yeah, you did good work this weekend, boy. He said, I'm proud of you. You got it in. And he was like, I was like, all right, cool. Where the money at? He was like, okay, let me ask you a question. I'm like, all right. He like, do you want children? I said, I don't know. I'm like 10 at the time. I'm like, maybe one day. He was like, do you want children? I said, I don't know. He said, well, you know that money I just gave you? I said, yeah. He said, let me see it real quick. It was about $40, right? So he took both 20s and he ripped it in half and gave it back to me. And I said, wow. Like, after all that hard work, and like, you're going to rip the money that I just worked for? He said, that's what happens when you have children before you're ready. He said, they're going to take half of everything and your life is no longer yours. He said, that's what happens when you do that. And I said, oh my God. Now, he gave me the money back, but he was trying to teach me a lesson. Like, you don't be just out here, with every woman that you see, because a woman can live off your seed for the rest of her life. So you need to be very careful with how you move out here. That was at 10 years old. I think that low-key traumatized me. That's probably why I don't have kids now. But I was just like, no. After that, I was like, I'm all right for now. I'm straight. So yeah, that's how it started with me. And then my pops was just like, you don't just be with a woman that you couldn't see yourself having a child with. I took that to heart. I mean, of course, as a teen, we all do what we do, but I mean, that's always been in the back of my head. So for real, that's how it started.
They say success transfers. So we have guys now that they don't believe in that discipline. How would you educate the 20-somethings, the 30-somethings? How would you really get out here and talk to them? Because some of them will say, hey, this is the way I get my manhood in. How do you respond to that when you was taught something totally different?
Well, Uncle Stu, I think I think some people are born and with a certain mindset, but then again, too, a mindset can be molded. One thing I never wanted to be was broke. Even when I was broke, I didn't want to be broke. So as a child, I knew that I did not want to be broke. And with my pops doing what he did, that just added that little bit of extra sauce to it. Now, how I would try to prevent younger men from doing that, I would introduce them personally because I got a friend that told his child support stories. I would introduce him to men that have gone through the court systems and the child
Mm,
support cases and who have been, taken financially by having children with the wrong women, by having children with before they were actually ready. And people
mhm.
say, well, you know what? You can never be too ready to have a child. And I say, you know what? I'm an odds guy. So I believe in giving yourself the best odds to succeed. Of course, you never ready for everything. Things can go wrong. But I believe 100% if you give yourself the best odds to win, your chances of success is more likely. So if you are a man who is focused on his grind from the ages of 16 to 30 or 16 to 35, making the money, having a good career, making a decent amount of a salary to where you can support a family or support a child and it not really affect you, you're not living from check to check, then I think that's the way to go. So that's what I would do. I would honestly say, look at some of these men who are going through what they're going through. Do you want to live at the bottom? Do you want to live in poverty? I don't want the low side of life, Uncle Stu. I'm addicted to luxury, but not living over my means. It's a balance to that.
Mhm.
I don't have a 2021, 2022 brand new car. My house note ain't that much. I could get all that, but I don't need all that because to me that's not important. What I love is luxury vacations. That's my drug of choice. I don't care about jewelry. I don't care about
Mhm.
none of that stuff. No, I like a nice little piece every now and then. But
Mhm.
when I step on that island or when I step in that nice weather, getting pampered to, that's my drug of choice. So people got to find their motivation. Once you find your motivation, it is easier to maintain the discipline that you need to maintain in order to accomplish your goal. So I would say find that motivation and look at some of the brothers who suffered. So before you.
That's good. Shout out to Friendsgiving,
What
who
up?
said,
What up?
"Good evening, Uncle Stu and CJ. Love seeing two great men chop it up. Keep it going. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
For
And
sure, for
thank
sure,
you for the $25 cash app. Thank you.
for sure. Appreciate it.
I like what you said, but now I'm going to do a spin on it.
Okay.
You said you would show people and take them through the family court system. You'll show them exactly what other men is going through. But we have a lot of men that has told those stories, told those horror stories, spoke their truth. But now we have some men that has actually taken on their truth as their personal experience. It's
Mhm.
almost like a transfer of spirits or transfer of experiences from one man to another man. And so the one that got the transfer is speaking even louder than the one that went through it. How do we prevent that, or how do we detox from that?
Well, one thing we got to understand, Uncle Stu, is that people are addicted to negativity. Unfortunately, positivity, putting in the work, it's not as popular as it has become within the last, I don't know, year and a half, 2 years. So
Mhm.
people are addicted to negativity. People are addicted to BS. People are addicted to misery, and misery loves company. So until we put people like you, myself, King Gene, CKQ in the forefront and say, no, this is what happens when you work hard and put in the work. You dig what I'm saying? This is what happens when you actually put them hours in. You can live great. You don't have to be a rapper. You don't have to be a ball player. You don't have to be none of that in order to live a great life. And it's all about the mindset though. But how we detox from that is putting a bigger light on people like that. But here's the thing, Uncle Stu, when you do that, comes with hate. And I don't think a lot of people are ready for the hate. I don't think a lot of people are ready for the trolling that comes with being a brother that say, you know what? Here's how you do it. Here's the work. This is how you do. This is exactly the steps on how to get there. Now go put it in. And somebody that's preaching that positivity, a lot of people not built for that. I've had people trolling me since day one. I've had
Mm,
a channel taken down. I had over 1,200 subscribers. I had a channel taken down all because of trolls. And all I was talking about was nursing. You dig what I'm saying? But the thing was, I wasn't afraid to be flashy and show you the flyer side of nursing. There's so many channels out here that show you the negative side of nursing. Well, this is what happens when you, as a black man, put yourself first, number one, and put your grind first and put in the work. You get great results. You dig what I'm saying? Nothing's perfect. But if you put in that work, it can be accomplished. Because see, Uncle Stu, one thing that I've noticed, and I've said this to you, I don't think a lot of people want solutions. Because if you really take a solution and apply them, then you don't have nothing else to talk about on YouTube. You have nothing else to talk about on YouTube. The more successful I've noticed, the more successful I become, the less I've stopped caring about the dumb stuff. Seriously.
I'm gonna do a Sir Hale Speaks move. What do you mean speaking positive is not going to produce the results, or doing positive? I don't want to do all that studying. Just give me the answers.
Or then well, here's the thing. When I say speaking positive, I'm saying the people that are speaking positive and showing you how to lay the workout, they get trolled. But for the man that don't, that just want the what did you just say? He just wants to know how to do it and everything like that. Is that what you said?
Because all of y'all that be talking this success story, it got to be an easier way than me not being able to play my PlayStation.
Oh no,
and watch a little TV. So you telling me, and you telling me I can't watch TV and be able to get this money?
I mean, if you want a lackluster average life, that's fine. If that's what you want.
I'm getting the chicks though. I'm bagging them. So what's wrong with me playing with my chicks? Not really committing to them. They just for fun. And I got to put in this work. I don't have time to do that. So what other way can I be successful without me giving up my chicks and my video games and my cause I got to be on YouTube.
Well, here's the unfortunate truth, Uncle Stu. Okay. Not everybody can be saved. Not everybody can be saved. Not everybody can be successful. Success isn't. That's why where they say the top 10%, the top 10% is the top 10% for a reason. Because everybody doesn't want to do it. Everybody does not want to put in the work. You have to want that for you. You dig? You have to want that for you, not for no woman, not for no anything. It has to be because you want to accomplish a certain goal. And the point, and the unfortunate truth is, a lot of people just simply are okay with being where they are. And if that's below whatever line that they are okay with, then that's cool to them. And here's the thing, Uncle Stu, I used to want to try to save everybody, but I'm not, because that's a waste of time. Because people that's going to want the game, they're going to come and gravitate to it. And those are the ones you help. You cannot save everybody. And everybody just does not want to be saved. That's like trying to get blood from a rock. You dig what I'm saying? Trying to save people who don't want to be saved. That's a waste of time.
What is some of the success principles that you have adopted that someone else can adopt that just want to be successful, whether that's successful in their marriage, in relationship, in nursing, in business, in finance? What are some things that we may need to take away and then add in that place? Hold on, let me give this. Sir Hale Speaks is in the building. Uncle Stu with yet another great conversation. High value nurse, respect, and capital success. And I celebrate this brother. Yes, sir. Thank you for the $20 cash app. Salute.
Appreciate it. Now, what was that question one more time, Uncle Stu?
The question is, what are some things? What are some actionable things we should do or can do to start the process, to start that I want to be successful? What are some things that we may need to start doing in order to put success principles in our life?
Well, the first thing I would say is get rid of every negative person in your life. That's the first thing you need to do. Because once again, misery loves company. I don't care if it's your mama. If your mama is trying to hate on your goals and your drive and your dream, oh, you can't do this. Why you want to go to school? No, not my mama. She ain't do that. But I'm just saying, if it's your mama or your daddy trying to put a rein on your parade for anything that you're doing, you need to get rid of them immediately. The second thing I would say is you need to become extremely selfish. There's nothing wrong with becoming selfish because you cannot do for others until you straight. I have a philosophy. It's hard to be happy for somebody else if you're unhappy with yourself. And you have to put you first, your star player first. So become selfish with your time. Become selfish with whatever resources that you have and make sure that you have you together first. Once you have you together first, then you can branch out and start helping other people. But I can't help other men if CJ not together. If CJ not together, I can't help you because it's not genuine. That's what I believe. So one, drop all negative people. Two, become selfish. And three, be ready to put your nose in the dirt and go get it. Nobody's gonna get it for you. Nobody owes you nothing. That is a lesson that I definitely had to learn. I don't care if you black. I don't care if you a male, female. If something wrong with you, if you're disabled, the world does not care. Doesn't care. You need to go get it by any means necessary, as long as you ain't hurting nobody or doing nothing illegal. But I don't care if you stocking boxes at Walmart. I don't care if you cutting meat at Kroger. You need to go ahead and put in that work and figure out what it is that you want to do to take you out of whatever negative situation that you may be in.
How do you go from being selfish to selfless? Selfish, all about you. Selfless, it's about other people. How do
I
you go?
believe you do that once you become happy with yourself. Uncle, so there's a lot of people that are not happy with themselves. It is very hard to be selfless and you absolutely can't stand the person that you are. Now, some people will try to use being selfless as an act to try to cover the work that they need to do to themselves. But it's
Mm,
hard to be happy for other people and root for other people when you down in the dirt. You have to become selfish in order to help others and then become selfless. Okay, I'm straight now. I'm together. Let me see if I can go help somebody else. Let me see if I can give somebody else the game because now I'm good. Because you have to take care of you at the end of the day. If you don't take care of you, who else is going to take care of you? Especially as a grown man, you're accountable for your own actions.
that's true. That's true. That's true.
Yep.
That is very true. What's your goals in the next 2 to 3 years?
Next 2 to 3 years, my goal is to be. I want to gross. My goal is to be grossing around 300,000 annually, but only working 6 months out the year. It's my goal within the next 2 to 3 years. My long-term goal is to have the option to retire by 45. The option, not saying that I want to retire by 45, but simply having the option to retire by 45. I'm trying to take this nursing thing as high as I can take it. And just trying to take it to another level. I'm trying to be just a voice for people that may not have a voice or can't speak and show them that I'm a kid from Detroit. You know what I'm saying? If I
Mhm.
can do it, you can do it.
Right.
I didn't have a silver spoon. You know what I'm saying? I come from the hood just like most brothers and sisters. So
Right.
it's no reason to why you cannot do it. But you know what, Uncle Stu, one thing that I noticed, and I had to kind of check myself too.
Okay.
When I was coming on platforms, I didn't understand why some men thought the way they did. I didn't
Me.
understand why some men were okay with some of the things that they were okay with. But then I had to fall back and I had to say that, and actually my girl kind of helped me become privy to this. She would say, well, CJ, you had a father. Not you had a father and a stepfather that were in your life. So you
Mhm.
had double the masculinity. And a lot of people are not used to that, are not used to your mindset. So that's why I really kind of had to fall back and check myself because I used to get frustrated because I used to be like, well, all I'm trying to do is speak success. No, no, no. We are in the current era where we are in the feminization of men. Men want to be up under women 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Mm.
And I was brought up different. I wasn't brought up to rely on a woman. I wasn't brought up to for a woman to pay my bills and all that kind of stuff. That was a no-no with my father. Absolutely not. So I think I'm cut from a rare cloth, a cloth that's starting to disappear. So that's why I kind of got to fall back and not necessarily watch what I say, because I don't believe in being censored, but
Right.
understand others and their plights a little bit more.
How do we begin to change that mindset? What would you say we need to do to start changing that mindset from the feminization of women to bringing men back to masculinity?
Well, the beautiful thing about the internet, Uncle Stu, is that we control our own narratives at this point. So I think the focus, it needs to be a major shift in what's promoted heavily and what's not. I think too many times, like, we'll see a panel and we'll constantly talk about, well, this is that way because it is. This is that way because it is. I'm tired of that.
Mhm.
We need to uplift. Okay, this brother's doing this over here. Let's put some respect on his name for that. Uncle
Right.
Stu is doing this over here. Let's put some respect on Uncle Stu's name for that. Or CJ is doing this over here. The light has to be shined on individuals that are, one, who are willing to go into the light and deal with the trolling and everything that comes with being popular or
Right.
being known or being a public figure or whatever you want to call it. And we
Right.
just have to promote. To me, I think a lot of people are doing things for views and for clicks and for subscribers and everything like that. And they'll have people on their platform who they know are detrimental to the community, the culture, the society, whatever you want to call it. But they'll give them a huge light and shine it on them. Why?
Mhm.
Why? Because it's views?
Right.
Because it's views? Oh, okay. Well, that's what you're here for. And if that's what you're here for, that's cool. Only thing
Right.
I can do is control it with my narrative and my platform and say, we don't do that over there.
Right.
This is what we do over here. And if you want help or if you want guidance from here, you have to show and prove. And then let's work to build up to where you need to get to. And mentorship is another one. I got mentors all over the place. Shout out to my mentor, Brandon.
Mhm.
Shout out to my mentor, Anton. Like, I got mentors from all over the place, and I got people that I can talk to in case I'm tripping. You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's one of the things that a lot of brothers don't have.
So do you believe that we need to implement a mentorship program?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, absolutely. For those who really want the game, absolutely. Because again, I'm not chasing nobody, Uncle Stu. I'm not
Mhm.
chasing nobody who don't want this game. Education, you got to pay for it, right?
Right.
So in order to get better in certain situations, some people pay thousands of dollars to go get certain training, to go get certain coaching, to go get
Mhm.
better. Not saying that that's what I'm trying to do, but what I'm
Mhm.
saying is that for those who want to improve themselves, we'll go seek the knowledge and go get it. That's what I'm saying. And you have to want that.
Do you believe there's levels in mentorship?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And I
What
think it's
levels would
certain
you
mentors that are good for certain things.
say?
And I
Mhm.
think, like, for example, if I need spiritual guidance, I will go to my spiritual mentor. If I need
Mhm.
financial guidance, I will go to my financial mentor. I think it's
Mhm.
definitely different levels for this. You dig what I'm saying? Like, if I just need man guidance, I go to my father or I'll go
Mhm.
to my stepdad or
Mhm.
whoever, somebody that's
Right.
older, that's been there and that's done it. That don't
Right.
mean I'm going to necessarily follow what they say, but I need that insight. You dig?
That's good. That's good. What I'm gonna do, if anybody want to come up, ask questions,
Mhm.
um, give a word, give a comment. We definitely had two different scenarios go on, and this has been all I'm gonna sound like Intentional the Millionaire. You've been dropping so many jewels. That's why I just been laid back because you dropped a whole lot of knowledge, man. I mean, tell everybody how old you are.
Well, I'm 30. So I just Yeah, I'm 30, man, and I'm thankful for my father though. My father helped me guide me, and a lot of the stuff he used to always say that you're not gonna understand why I'm doing the things I'm doing for you now, but as an adult, you will. And I never realized how important fathers were until I became an adult. And my father probably, I don't know where I would be without my dad, to be honest. And my mother too. I love my mother. My mother did a great job. But I'm really thankful for my father because my father showed me how to hustle. My father showed me what hustling looks like. And I wanted to emulate that. And one thing you said earlier was that success repeats success. I think that's true. I think that's very true. But I think a person can also be molded into becoming successful. We've seen it many times. You know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
can I
So,
answer this question?
huh?
Can I answer this question that Vaughn put up?
With it?
Or
Yeah,
Mr.
that's
Bryant?
what I put it up for. Yep.
Okay. He says, CJ, have you considered being an OR nurse? I worked as a surgical tech for years, and those nurses who travel as OR nurses really make the bag. Yeah, I've considered it. My goal is to really break into that ICU bag because that's where that real bag is. Shout out to my mentor. He out there in Texas, he making $9,000 a week.
Mm-hmm.
And my brother B, he always say, bro, it's a game that you have to play. It's not about your color. It's not about none of that, bro. And you just have to be willing to play that game and put in that work. And I took that to
Right.
heart. So absolutely.
So, when it comes to mentorship, because you said mentoring in different areas of your life, and then you definitely gave credit to your dad. Talk to me about both your dad and your stepdads, how they impacted your life and kept you focused. And you also said, I'm giving you a big one. How your dad impacted you. So would you say dad is a level of mentorship?
Absolutely. That's the first mentorship you get.
Right.
And I honestly feel sorry for the people, for people who didn't get a chance to grow up with their fathers. Because now I'm realizing somebody in their 30s how important they are. And sometimes you got to sit back and analyze, like, I don't know if I would be where I would be without my fathers. So my father, my biological dad, him and my mom got together young,
Mhm.
and my dad wasn't ready to settle down, so
Okay.
they just didn't work out. But my father has always been in my life. It's never been a time to where he was gone or he was an absentee father. So my dad was like, I don't know if I would say no nonsense, but my dad didn't play games. He laid out a blueprint. You work hard, you go to school, you become good at a skill. This is how you do it. This is how you make decisions. This is how a man moves. A man should always, the earliest lesson that I remember my dad teaching me is a man should always have money in his pocket. Always. I remember him telling me that at like 4 years old. Give
Mhm.
me a couple of dollars here. A man should always have money in his pocket. And I've taken that to heart. My stepdad, he's another good man. He taught me the family side. If I ever had a family, he
Mhm.
taught me how to interact with kids. He taught me how I could how to be a husband if I needed to be a husband, if I ever became a husband. He taught me how to interact with a woman. I would see that on a daily basis. He never disrespected my mom. He
Mhm.
never showed any difference between my brother and I. He just showed me the family side and the more humility side of being a man. Now
Right.
my dad's not married, but so I didn't really get to see that side with him. But
Right.
I got the best of both worlds. They are both hardworking men, and
Right.
I got to see the best of both.
That
I'm
is
very
all.
fortunate. I understand. I'm very aware that a lot of people don't have that. So I'm very fortunate.
Do you think that people can get that even on YouTube?
I think so.
How would you?
I think that's why Kevin Samuels is as popular as he is. Not to bring him up, but I
No,
think that's
no,
why.
you can bring them up. I did. It's no shame There's no shame. There's no Kevin Samuels hate on this platform.
Right.
If you
And I
love him,
think
you
that's why
love him.
he's
If
as
you like
popular
him,
as
you
he
like
is.
him. I have nothing evil against him at all. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, I don't. I mean,
You have a lot of men yearning.
He's
And
good.
that's why your platform is going to blow up, because you're an older man and a lot of younger men are seeking wisdom. And sometimes just to turn on an Uncle Stu podcast, they'll be like, well, let me just sit and listen and just see what Uncle Stu got to say. Even if while I'm working out or something like that, I got Uncle Stu in the background. Let me just listen, because it's coming from a wise place. Now, I don't know if I'm gonna agree with everything Uncle Stu's saying, but he older, so he got some game somewhere. He ain't out here in the streets. He ain't shooting people, blah, 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 blah. Let me see what he got to say. That's why your platform is going to blow up, because people need that. People need an older voice in their ear sometimes. And that's why I think people like Kevin Samuels have blown up, because people are looking for mentorship. People are yearning. And a lot of people say, y'all sad if y'all getting advice from a man on YouTube and everything like that. But then you got to understand, a lot of people didn't have that. You could be saving somebody's life tonight. Kevin Samuels could be saving somebody's life tonight. I could be saving somebody's life tonight. You never know. Man, I get tens of dozens of messages from men who say, thank you. You've inspired me to go to school. You've inspired me to do this. You've inspired me to enroll in nursing school and everything like that. And I'm glad I can help, because people don't have that. Some people just don't have that. And YouTube may be a place that they got that. So yeah, I think that's corny when you criticize a man for looking up to somebody on YouTube if they're speaking a positive language, because they may not have had that in their real life. Now, again, if you on this whole I'm a high value man kick and you just trying to do the most, then no. But to say that Kevin Samuels and other people that are in that lane have not given valuable information, that's stupid to me, because they definitely have, and I'm sure they have saved other people's lives. Shout out to TLA out here saving men from how not to get caught up in the marriage system and a marriage trap with the prenups and all that good stuff. There's so many men out here giving game. Then yeah, absolutely, you can get it from YouTube.
Excellent. Let's see, does anybody want to come up? I'm gonna drop the stream one more time. And if not, I know that you got to go to work. And I'm gonna tell you, you gave so much knowledge, so much wisdom within a short period. I mean, you really gave a lot. You gave a lot. You gave a whole lot. So if nobody comes up, we'll make this a short stream. Because I'm gonna tell you, anybody that sees this restream, they're gonna get a whole lot out of it. You best believe. Okay, Sir Hale is coming up.
For sure. Let's do it. I'm not eating chicken today. I'm just sipping on water. I'm sipping on water. I'm not eating no chicken today. I'm just sipping on a little water. So I'm not chewing and everything like that. No. I'm just sipping on some
you had the whole stream hungry that day. But yeah, right now, we getting ready to do a lot with this platform. So,
absolutely.
Like I said, I don't want to throw certain things out there now, because people start clicking those things, then all of a sudden they're gonna get double charged, and I don't want nobody fussing at me talking about, hey, you owe me X amount of money, it double charged me, and I have nothing to do with how Patreon charges or how YouTube charges, but I do know we're gonna do it, after the first. So,
Uncle Stu, can I ask you something?
Sure.
Let me ask you, man, because another thing I am tired of. I'm so sick of the Pookie and Ray Ray narrative. I am so sick of dudes complaining about Pookie and Ray Ray. I don't know what to do. And I think they give Pookie and Ray Ray way too much credit. Way too much credit, Uncle Stu. Just to shift it a little bit.
I'm gonna answer that. Matt from Tender said I was about to ask why he wasn't eating, but decided not to. Matt is too funny. Matt is too funny. That is too funny. I'm gonna actually answer that question for you because it is a question. Um, I don't. I think I've only used it once since I said I wasn't going to use it again. But in all actuality, I don't use the term Pookie and Ray Ray because some of the most powerful men around me used to be Pookie and Ray Ray.
Mm,
Um, Second, you have to understand that that term is a derogatory term that came from females. It's not a term that came from general populace, nor is it a term that came from other men. It is a terminology that came from females. So it was a way of females using derogatory term upon a set of men as a way of saying, because you didn't do this and you didn't do that, you Pookie, you Ray Ray, you this. And so once I understood where that language and that terminology came from, I don't use it. And I'm going to probably do a stream about who is the real Pookie and Ray Ray in the African American community. Because you need to understand that Pookie and Ray Ray are the very people raising their right hand and going into the military. Pookie and Ray Ray are the ones that made it out the hood, and because they applied success principles in their life, they don't want to come back no more. So they are now the new success story. Pookie and the Ray Rays are the ones who actually are running businesses and hiring the ones who get the A's and the B's in school.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm tired of the
So
narrative.
we also have to understand these words and understand where does the name Pookie and Ray Ray come from. They come from women who are now spinning venom upon us, and we just adopt these terms and say it, but we don't really know what we're saying. Just like I'm gonna throw a caveat in here.
Mm-hmm.
People love saying the word Uncle Tom,
Mm.
right? But here's the reality: they don't understand who the real Uncle Tom was because they never really read the book Uncle Tom's Cabin. And they didn't understand that when W.E.B. Du Bois argued there's no more Uncle Toms, they took that and made it into a negative. What he was really saying was the character of Uncle Tom will be no more because it was transitioning to more of a militant style of who Uncle Tom was going to be. See, Uncle Tom, when Uncle Tom's Cabin came out, it was also considered the book that started the Civil War because she really wrote the book to really show the evils of slavery in the South. That's why it became popular. And where it becomes maybe derogatory in our time is because of the character of how it was placed. Uncle Tom was a black man, Christian, and throughout the book, as long as you was a Christian and doing for your people, you was considered a good man. But you'll see in the book where if you wasn't a Christian, they would consider you a savage. But people misunderstood the savage part because savage was anybody that was considered not a Christian.
Mm-hmm.
You see, now that goes into biblical American biblical studies, Bible and American history. That's where it was coming from.
Right.
Now it's placed as a derogatory term to, back then to say you was the one that, kissed the white man behind or did whatever, but it's deeper than that. There's layers to that, being Uncle Tom. There's layers to that word coon. There's layers to that thing. Now we're using it to control other people. So here you are, you now speak well, you read books, you're no longer allowing yourself to live a blame game life. Well, if I don't want you to live that life, I call you an Uncle Tom all because you went to work and you trying to do the next right thing. You're Uncle Tom because here come this white dude who, and I'm gonna tell you my own personal experience. When I lived in North Carolina, the very people, when my family got into some economic trouble, you know, me being the head, got into economic trouble, and my family needed food, it was some white dudes who wore a Confederate flag on their shirt and had the big old Confederate belt buckle who gave me money and gave my family food. That psychologically messed me up because my family from South Carolina. That Confederate flag meant you was what? You was part of Ku Klux Klan. So how in the world can, you know, so here's these country boys. They was the first one to call themselves that. They feeding a black man. You see what I'm saying? So it messed the whole narrative of what the freaking Confederate flag was.
Right.
But I'm not that only one with the story. Meaning the black dude who's working and the white guy comes in and say, hey man, let me help you do this. Let me help you do that. And you start following them. Next thing you know, you the Uncle Tom, you the coon. You know, you couldn't outrightly call yourself a black Republican or conservative without these derogatory terms, you know, to put you back in line, boy. Get back in line with us black folk, boy. You coon. And black people haven't discovered that the average middle class black person, if I broke down the principles of conservatism, you're more conservative than you are liberal.
That's a fact. I definitely agree with that.
But you can't say that because now you become the Donald Trump lover. You're a racist. You this, you that, and all these derogatory terms.
You forgot who you are.
Right.
Well, the Republican Party originally was for black people.
Oh, no. We Democrats. Don't you come over here with that. You Trump follower. I'm going to go. Next time you get a chance, you go to Courtney Michelle's page and find out what they called her.
Shout out
and
to
she
Courtney.
went to an HBCU. Go see. And she's a techie. She work in engineering. She ain't no, you know what I'm saying? She ain't flipping burgers at McDonald's. No negative to anybody that work at McDonald's. She ain't your waitress. Nothing negative about a waitress. Courtney Michelle's an engineer. She down with all the rest of the nerds that I got around me. Do you understand what I'm saying? But you done called her out her name. You called her out her character. She been called out her name instead of the name of God. She been called everything. Why? All because she believes that there are some good black men. What? You mammy? You coon? You that? Get back in line with us women that hate these men.
And see, that's the thing where I was telling you about Uncle Stu. Just with her coming out saying what she says in defense of black men, I personally believe that's why a lot of other successful people don't want to come to the forefront and be in the spotlight. Why deal with that? I'm thinking that's their logic. Why do I got to deal with being called all kind of names, people potentially stalking me, my page getting taken down, trolling? I think that's the mindset behind a lot of successful people. I've heard Grant Cardone say that successful people hide. They hide because they getting hated on for being successful or just being a little different. A lot of people don't want to be in that spotlight because, again, misery loves company. So I understand why some people don't want to come to the forefront and help anybody, because when you simply try to help somebody, you a mammy, you a coon, whatever you want to call them, you know what I'm saying? So I get that part of the game.
I'm gonna teach you another part that I'm gonna give it to Sir Hale Speaks because he's in the building. Guess what? Successful people like to be together too. So we don't flip the narrative. Successful people likes to be together too. Brown Eyes and I don't hang out with people that don't want relationship. We ain't hanging out with people that wants to rob other people and steal from other people and do wrong by other people.
Mm-hmm.
I got her coworkers, and she know this as a fact. I got her coworkers calling me, asking me, you said you got good men? Yeah. Come to the platform. You'll see them.
That's a fact.
I vet people that I try to put on this platform.
Mm-hmm.
So I can show women, the good men, what they doing, how they're talking, how they speak, how they really debate. That every 3 words ain't got to be a cuss word. They actually love reading books. They love to travel. They love them some Jesus. There you go. I got that book too. You understand? So, yes, negative people love negativity, but successful people love success because you can't be successful unless you connect with someone else who is successful. But let me stop talking because Sir Hell Speaks is in the building. Go ahead, sir. It's all on you.
Ladies and gentlemen, how are you? I'm so glad to be here. To Uncle Stu, CJ Kyles, High Value Nurse. Salute my brother. To the chat, to Auntie Brown Eyes. If you guys haven't already liked this video and subscribe, make sure you take a minute to do that right now for this great content.
Yes.
So I just wanted to come up here and say something to my brother, CJ Kyles, real quick. First of all, Uncle Stu, you sharper than Uncle Stu, you sharp. Let me know next time so I know to be sharp.
Y'all stepped it up this morning, so from this day forward, I gotta now, show up in suit and ties. Brown Eyes got to take me shopping again.
Auntie got you covered. Auntie got you. Hey, but CJ, man, I just wanted to say, man, like I know people, when you reach a certain level of success, you almost inoculate yourself from the criticism because you got to be strong to get that. Like you have to, like if you're not mentally strong, you'll stop, right? Mm-hmm. And the noise of people will get to you. So I just wanted to come over here as a brother and say, I don't know you personally, but man, I'm hecka proud of you, man. Like to see a brother representing. First of all, let me be real. This real brother, real quick. I'm a little upset that I ain't got no liner and yours is that crispy. Let me just be real with you for a second. I'm feeling some kind of way about that.
I'm just letting you
know.
Shout out
to my barber. Shout out to my barber.
When he did that, the first thing I had to say was, "All right, I'm going to the barbershop this weekend." Whether it's snow, it blizzard. This ain't happening no more because he done did that.
I had to get right for the Uncle Stu show. I'm not coming on here looking any kind of way.
I got to do something this way, man. You too clean, man. You too sharp, man. It's unreal, man. So, but I wanted to, since I'm encouraging to you, man, like you are an example of what we talk about excellence and about people working hard. And I just wanted to come up here and celebrate you, man, for all the work that you put in, for the example that you set. Man, I think you're a dope brother, like a dope person. And I'm really glad to know you and really glad that people are getting a chance to see you on YouTube and then even in your regular life, man. So I wanted to come up here and say that personally, bro. I put on a jacket just to say that to my brother. So much I respect you, man. I appreciate you. Uncle Stu, that's it. That's all I wanted to say. Shout out to Chaotic Truth Live. What's up, man?
What's going on? How you doing, man?
I happen to have Chaotic Truth, but he don't realize I got to teach him the truth about hip hop. He's trying to rag on my hip hop people. I love him. What's up, Chaotic Truth in the house?
What's going on, man? How you doing?
Man, appreciate you coming to the platform. I think it's the first time you've ever been on my platform before.
It is the first time, and thank you very much for having me up.
Yeah, man, I appreciate you coming by. Let me just read this. She stole my thunder all the way from Canada. I'm trying to pick up this French. Because she got that French thing going on. I want to be able to say, like, bonjour, brown eyes. I'm trying to get that language, I tell you.
Uncle Stu laying that Mac on. I see Uncle Stu.
I got to pay for French lessons. Brown eyes, make sure you get Uncle Stu grip. What is it? Oh, get a bookshelf for all those big, heavy books he's already got. And my brother, Alpha Male Honesty, salute. Thank you, sir. Something for the bucket, driving right now, or I cam up. Salute to you. Thank you, sir. What you got for me, Chaotic?
So I've been listening for for a bit, and something came to mind when you guys were talking about success and people, or basically trying to uh, talk about or being around successful people and differentiating the two. But on my channel, I run into a few things. I run into people calling me an elite or practicing elitism, and it's all because of the topics of conversations that I have, right? So when I say that the red pill is about cultivating who you are, increasing your skill sets, etc. I have people who are listening in the bushes, and they get so infuriated. They call in and say, "You're an elitist. You're an elitist." And all because of certain types of friends that I have that call in who may be professionals, etc. And I try to come to terms with maybe I have been closed off so much that I don't have a view of the world where people who are not in certain positions, maybe they think being a school teacher is elite. Whereas to me, that's normal stuff. Or having friends who are doctors. I've dated. Listen, my wife is a lawyer, and I've dated lawyers. I've dated a few medical doctors before, and to me, that's like normal stuff. But I feel like sometimes and I'm not speaking for everybody else, but I feel like, damn, man, maybe I shouldn't say certain things because I didn't realize that is viewed as, I mean, okay, how can I say this? It is successful, but it's normal. And I feel like what is normal to people like us is not normal. And I feel like when we say the word success, it's viewed as elite or is viewed as elitism from other people. If
Let
that
me
makes
ask you a
sense.
question.
Okay, go ahead.
Where do you don't have to give me the exact city.
Yeah.
Where do you stay? And this is going to clarify a lot. Where do
What
you stay?
What do you mean? Where do I stay?
State.
Oh, I live in Ohio.
Ohio.
Yeah.
Okay. The word elitism,
Yeah.
when it's usually used in a political situation.
Yeah.
Okay. And when they define elitists, they're usually defining a group of people because it's not even about a race. It's not really about economics. They define the elitists as those who went to certain Ivy League schools and are now a part of a certain group. But it's usually done more on a political term, and it's usually done by those who are more political pundits than it is by your average everyday person.
Right.
I would never tell you because I haven't viewed your content, so I have no clue of the topics you speak about. But I would say if you feel that if you are rooted and grounded, you got the research, you got the books, you got the life experience, and make that a key word, life experience, then you're free to speak whatever you speak.
Yeah.
If you don't have the life experience, then you can only speak from head knowledge and not living knowledge. So if you're getting those epithets, like I said, those epithets originate from a political terminologies. It goes all the way back to during the time of the European wars. They had 7 major wars. So it goes all the way back to that. And it comes more out of right before and right during what they call the European Enlightenment era, is where all the philosophies and all of our understanding of government, start being developed and formed and originated. So it really comes from that perspective. As far as how to handle it, you just continue to do who you are and be confident in yourself.
That's right. Yeah.
I always say, and I always say, learn, go and study where words come from.
Yeah.
Understand where they come from. I don't know when I say political, I'm not talking about Democrat, Republican, I'm talking political philosophy. I don't know what your governing philosophy is. A lot of times I find that people have never really studied the philosophy of government versus the structure of government. The philosophy of government is how you see government and how you want to live under that government. You understand? So if you start talking about democracy, socialism, totalitarian, dictatorship, kings, these are all forms of governments. Theocracy is a form of government. So I would say begin to study the philosophy of government. So when these terms come, you'll be rooted and grounded in understanding where these philosophies come from and where these ideologies come from. And it'll help you be a little bit more rooted and grounded in who you are. So I would say understand that. And if you don't know, you don't have the time, then get somebody. I just happen to have a political science degree. So, get with someone and do just what you're doing. If you don't know, just say, hey, I don't know. I get back to you. Let me go do the research. I don't know. Let me go ask this person. I don't know, and be cool with yourself.
Agreed. Yeah.
So, hell, anybody got anything to say on that?
Yeah, man. Look, we got to embrace it. Like this is why I do like High Value Nurse. We just got to embrace it. Like, let's be honest. We're gonna get three things from three different perspectives. There's people who are seeing that they think that we're above them. There are people who they see us we're on the same level, and the people that are above us. Like what I realize is you really can't take it personally from people who feel that they're beneath you. And notice I didn't say that they are beneath us. They have this assumption that we think that they are. You can't take their perspective because it's not coming from a healthy place. Is your peers you want to listen to, and the mentors who are above you. You got to take that advice, because when you're in a particular place and you've exceeded where people thought that you could go and way further than they see themselves, they can't help but call you. When they talk about you an elitist, they're really speaking to how the distance they feel between you and them. That's really what they're saying. Yeah. Right. And so you can't take that personally, because you might get that from your family. You might get that from your close friends. You can't take that personally, man. Listen to what your peers are saying, and then your mentors are saying. That's everything else. You can't worry about that.
Yeah, it's funny because on YouTube, I've that's the beauty of streaming, and the beauty of YouTube. You're able to meet all types of people. Whereas in my circle, pretty much everybody has a master's on up. Pretty much everybody's a part of the Divine Nine, so that's commonplace. So when I mention things like, I'm an alpha, they say, "Oh, you're a boule, and I try to tell them, "No, I'm just a common member of Alpha Phi Alpha. I'm not a part. I'm just a regular member. I'm not in the
challenge you on that. Embrace it.
Yeah, well,
embrace all of it.
Yeah.
No explanations.
And my question would be, I'm a flip it.
Sure.
I agree with the embracing, but watch this. You can't argue with a woman and say, why do you lead with the word PhD? Don't lead with the word alpha. Just be. If I gotta tell you the group that I'm with, or the clique I'm with, or if I gotta tell you all of that, guess what? I haven't embraced who I am. I shouldn't really have to run out here and say, you know what? I'm a preacher, y'all. I'm a preacher.
So the funny thing is,
walk with who you are and keep it going.
Well, the funny thing is that I don't lead off with it at all. I actually try to not say it at all, but sometimes somebody might get a glimpse of my brand, or somebody might get a glimpse of a thumbnail that I do that's black or gold or something. They say, "Are you alpha?" I'm like, "Yeah, I am." And then, of course, if you say yes, then people will remember that, and they'll keep on talking about it episode after episode. And then it's like, oh, okay, yeah. And then I'll start answering certain questions. So yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about, though. No, I don't lead with certain things at all.
Yeah,
I lead with things.
Well, I was gonna say one of the greatest things that I was ever told was not to dumb down your success, not to hide it because other people are scared of it. That's crazy. You embrace it, just like everybody else has been saying. I don't, and people are going to assume what they assume automatically. Listen, people think, people in my family think I'm a millionaire. They think when they hear the word nurse, all nurses are millionaires and anything like that. Let them think what they want to think, because people going to assume regardless. You know what I'm saying? People see me on the boats and on the trips and at the resorts, and they be like, well, it must be nice. But they don't know the work that I put in. They don't know the work that you put in, Chaotic Truth. They don't know the work Uncle Stu put in. They don't know the work Sir Hal put in. So that's cool. Let them assume. But somebody who is smart will say, well, you know what? Let me go send Chaotic Truth a DM. Hey, bro, how can I get to where you at? That's not hating. That's somebody saying, okay, I like what he's doing, and let me go see what you're doing. Chaotic Truth. So what do I got to do to be where you are? And I'm sure you have no problem giving the game. I'm sure none of these brothers have no problem giving the game. But the problem is people are trying to constantly save people who don't want to be saved. I'm not in that business. I got away from that business a long time ago. That's a waste of time. Oh, well, I'm not this. Oh, I'm not arrogant. I'm not confident. I'm not this. Hey, come be right here with me. No. You right. I am confident. Yeah, I do call the high value nurse is a catchy title. It catches people. I get that. That's why I call myself that. It's the thing. But I do live a good life. I'm not scared of that no more. I'm not scared to embrace that. Absolutely. I don't want my chick to work. She can, but she don't have to. Yes, I embrace that. So any more questions? Thank you. Let's have a real conversation, because like I said, either way, you can either dumb it down and they still gonna talk about you, or you a punk. Either way. Or you can say, well, this Negro think he better than everybody. Well, when clearly all people are trying to do, well, at least for me, all I'm trying to do is help other people get to where I am. And I'm not even close to being finished. I document all my journeys. I just posted today on Instagram that I just got accepted into another program to level up my education. This is just the tip of the iceberg. I'm not trying to, thank you. I'm not trying to work hard all my life. That's crazy. I want to bring balance, and now I know how to balance my life to where I can work hard but still live great at the same time. All you got to do is ask. I'm never, because brothers gave me the game. Somebody gave me the game for free. So I'm here trying to give other people the game, but you're gonna assume, well, you know what, Chaotic Truth arrogant because he got on a nice blazer and everything like that. Oh, well, CJ Kyle's got a nice lineup. Look at these uppity Negroes in suits and everything like that. That's cool. I love it. It's funny to me, but they're gonna do it anyway. I love it though. I love it.
How you handle this statement, Sahel? Godspeed said, I dummied. He was quoting Jay-Z. He said, Jay-Z said, I dummied down for my audience and double my dollars.
And when we talk about business,
yeah,
you know, if you dumb yourself down to make more money, that's not dumb.
Right.
That's business.
That's true. And look at the business that he's in, though. Look at the type of business that he's in. He has to dumb himself down. Nobody's buying. They used to call it dictionary rap. Nobody's buying dictionary rap by the masses. They want to hear shoot 'em up, bang bang, blah 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 blah. Cool. If that's my business, let me do that. I can't dumb it down in my business. No, I have to be on point at all times.
Absolutely.
So I can't. It just depends on what kind of business you in. So if you're a rapper and you get your money off rapping and you don't have any quote unquote morals, if your moral compass is not aligned like everyone else's, then do what you got to do. I'm not trying to take no money out of no man's mouth, but at the same time, you know, you have to find out what your ethics are and how you gonna get down. And in Jay-Z's business, it worked for him. So shout out to him.
Let me ask you something. Either I'll take it to Chaotic Truth and I'll bring it to Sir Hal Speaks.
Okay.
Let's deal with mentorship. Tell me the levels of mentorship.
The level.
Do you have a mentor?
No, I've never had a mentor. My father is as close as a person I consider as my mentor.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Fatherhood as a mentorship. That's not
yeah.
wrong.
That's I'm sorry I can't answer that question the way that you probably would want it, but I I never really have had a mentor. Yeah.
No, when I ask questions, I'm gonna tell you so that
Yeah.
that way you know.
Yeah.
When I'm having conversation,
Yeah.
I'm not doing gotcha moments.
Mm.
I'm not here to I got you, and then I'm clicking you, and then tomorrow you on the front page of Uncle Stu. I'm not in the gotcha moments. Either you say something, you know it, either you say something, you don't know it, or it becomes a teachable moment.
Yeah.
But it's never going to be a gotcha moment. You know, if I got 4 people, 5 people on the panel, you say something, and High Value Nurse says, "Hey, I don't agree," then we're going to talk that talking point out. Sir L Speaks may say, "Hey, I don't agree." We're going to talk the talking point out.
Yeah.
Okay. And hopefully we all learn just from different people because everybody got a different experience. So, you know, I'm not going to sit here and like, see, he didn't know it. And then go, what is that going to benefit me? You know, it ain't going to benefit me one bit to belittle you just to make me feel good. I don't need to like clicks and views that bad.
Yeah.
You know, Sir L Speaks.
Yeah, just to Uncle Stu's last point, I'm struggle streaming, so I might clip you to give me some views and some likes and subscriptions up there. So we'll just put that out there. No, I'll just give you a hard time. So mentorship, I do have a mentor. I believe in it. I wholeheartedly. I do think I love Kedek that his dad is in his life. I think that when you have a dad, that the dad should be your first mentor. I believe that, but I don't have that. So I do have mentorship, absolutely, and for different things. I have some for business, some for ministry, some for education, just different mentors for different things.
You know, I don't know if y'all was here when speaking to High Value Nurse. I do come from the background of having a dad. He talked about, you know, both his dad, his biological as well as his stepdad, are the first level of his mentorship. So I also asked him, well, what about fatherhood online? You know, that father figure or that father mentor. Can you be a father mentor online? What do y'all say to that ideal?
I agree. I have I mean, I'm pretty sure he doesn't mind me saying his name, but it's kind of weird because I don't consider myself old enough to be his father, but I have a few younger men who watch my channel, and one of them, his name is Vincent, and he's working on a commercial airline pilot. He's working towards becoming a commercial airline pilot, and he's a British Nigerian. And I'm telling you, man, he's DM'd me, emailed me, and he's you know, pretty much he looks up to me as a person of as a mentor. Like he asks me all types of questions about relationships with women, how he should vet, and you know, and I'm really humbled by that because I'm like, damn, man, like he really looks at me as a guide for him because you know he told me that he didn't grow up with his father. I don't know if his father has passed away, but he said he didn't grow up with his father. He grew up with his mother. So that obviously is a handicap. You know, if you're not coming from a nuclear family. So I guess the online aspect of mentorship is very profound, especially at the scale in which, you know, if you have tens of thousands of subscribers and you run your panel professionally and you're giving out solid advice. Absolutely. I think that's a way of doing mentorship. Yeah.
Sir Hale Speaks.
So if I got the question right, this is about father mentorship online. Is that something? I think I hadn't thought about that, but I see it in the age we live in now. Absolutely. Like with the advent of things like BetterHelp, where it used to have to go into somebody's office for counseling. Now you do it virtually. I think we can extend that. Absolutely. That's a fantastic idea. I had never thought about it.
Yep.
Yeah, because believe it or not, that's one level of mentorship that I plan to use on this platform. And you know, where people can begin to get the understanding of fathership and fatherhood and what that actually looks like. Let me see. Red Lipstick said, sometimes you mentor someone by your example
Fantastic
of your
point.
life. That's true.
Fantastic.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Salute to you. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Uncle Stu, that's a fantastic idea. Like
Yeah,
that is that's how you change culture and
Yeah.
generations. Because a lot of
yeah,
people just don't have that. And a lot of people will wonder how they could get it. That's awesome.
yeah. That's the first line, because the second line is definitely going to be leadership.
Yeah.
I got to put in leadership, and I got all the tools. So I didn't want to start the Patreon this month. Brown Eyes probably got to reach out to you, because somehow when we was getting it started, when we tried to look it up, you know how you like search for creators. Somehow my name wasn't showing up, so we got to grab you in the back scene for that one.
You know, another thing too, Uncle Stu, I want to add, men got to stop being afraid to be masculine. It's all right. It's all right to be masculine. It's all right to be a man. It's all right to want to win in life. We have listen, I am a sore loser, right? I'm a competitor by nature. I am a sore loser, and people say you should be a graceful loser. I think that's nonsense.
Facts.
I think that's absolute nonsense. Listen, that doesn't even
Just do
make
it for
sense.
fun. Just do it
If
for
you
fun.
if you tell Jordan to lose gracefully, he probably
Absolutely.
is gonna slap you in the face. I don't want to talk you. I can respect you being a better man, but I'm a sore loser. I can respect you beating me at something, but I want to win. And I think men have lost that competitive edge because we now live in a society where everybody gets a trophy. That is not real life. That's not real life. That's not how life works. You have winners, whether we like it or not, and whether we want to be politically correct or not. You have winners, you have losers. Some people are going to win, some people are going to lose. That is how balance is maintained. The problem is a lot of people don't want to win. That is why the rarity in the 10% is what it is. I'm a competitor. I want to
I'm
be
a
the
challenge.
best.
I want to challenge it, then I want to see what the rest of the panel say.
Okay.
Here's my challenge. If I don't know what winning look like, how do I know if I'm winning or losing? Because you just said everybody's on this equal plane, but if I don't know what winning look like, if I don't know what success look like, if I've never had anybody in my life to show me, if I've only been surrounded by one form of success, then what does it look like? Because if I look online, success is having multiple women and some cars and a whole lot of money. That's what success look like if I'm a kid looking online today.
I want to take a stab at that real quick, and I'm gonna have to drop. First of all,
Okay,
Stu,
hold
you know
on
I
real
love this.
quick.
You know I
Red
love this.
lipstick, I'm gonna probably need a better understanding, but I will look into the SEO. But I'm probably gonna need a deeper dive understanding into that, so I know exactly what to do and what you're looking at. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah. So, I think within everybody, like there's two things you need exposure, but I think winners will find a way to win. It's just in you. So whether you're in something you don't see it, there's something that you're gonna try to be successful at whatever it is. Whatever environment you're in, if you are a winner, you're gonna try to win in whatever that environment is. I think the thing for us is cultivating that and then positioning it to win at something that actually matters. But I really believe deep down, winners are going to win no matter what. That's just what I believe.
I got you. Chaotic.
Well, I have a very, I would say, capitalistic view of winning.
Okay.
And the view of winning I have is, I don't know why my brain works like this, but it's been like this since I've been a child. Maybe it's because of conditioning with, my environment, my parents or whatever. But I believe winning is the ability to influence people. So if you take Mark Zuckerberg, right?
Mm-hmm.
There is no doubt that he is a winner in life. He has
Got
he has hundreds of thousands of people working for him. He
Mm-hmm.
has millions upon millions upon millions of people using his platform all day, every second, minute, hour of the day. People are using his services.
Mm-hmm.
When we go to sports, when we think of basketball, the image of Michael Jordan with that logo comes to my mind, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's the idea of winning, that your legacy is so embedded into the culture that when I think of the NBA, I think of the Michael Jordan logo. So when I think of winning, I think of a global at scale to global. So
Mm-hmm.
if I didn't know what winning was by the definition, I would just assume that any type of global influence is winning, any type of influence. So the idea, so what High Value Nurse was saying, that he's a sore loser, I can understand. I think most men, in terms of biologically, understand winning, because our ancient ancestors had to win to survive. They had to. I'm assuming, I don't know what really happened tens of
I
thousands of
understand
years
what you're
ago.
saying. You're talking about that competitive.
They had to
Yeah.
had to hunt that big beast and kill it so that entire villages can eat.
Right.
They had to provide for their families. They had to figure out agriculture and farming for the group, so at scale. So it's not just winning for yourself, it's winning so that you can have an influence over people. Now that's just what I've always assumed winning was. Yeah.
No, that's
Mhm.
perfect answer.
Yeah.
Perfect answer. Because, I always say we got to be mission focused, results driven. We got to be successful oriented. And,
Yeah.
being the quote uncle on the block, both my nieces and my nephews got to be winners.
Yeah.
We got to be winners.
Yeah.
And in that winning circle, we are going to win. We're going to win as a family.
Yeah.
We're going to win as a team.
Yeah.
And that's got to be the mission.
Yeah.
No more excuses. No
You
more
know what,
excuses.
Uncle Stu?
Yes, sir.
And to me, winning is to assess if you're winning or not. You have to look at your situation. Is how you're living and your state of living detrimental to your life? Is it a negative to your life? To me, winning is being able to move independently the way you want to move, right? And becoming successful in whatever arena you want to be successful in. And I think the downfall, and I'm gonna keep preaching this, I think the downfall of a lot of men are too sexual driven. They're too sex driven.
Yeah.
They're too focused on coochie cat in order to get some real winnings. 90% of what a lot of dudes do is simply for a woman. That is a problem. That is a real problem, especially in my opinion, our community. And when dudes learn how to become successful because they want to become successful and not for the sake of a woman, then I think a lot of things will change. Leadership will come more into order at that point. Too many dudes are motivated by women. That's a problem to me.
Yeah.
Way too motivated.
Let me play with that. Too many men is motivated by women, therefore they need to do. So let's put some generosity on that statement. Most of us men probably live in a room. We buy houses in order to attract what? A woman. Most of us would drive a hoopty, but we go out and buy the best cars to what? Attract a woman. So I think there's levels to this thing. I understand what you're saying when you say, don't go out here and work. Don't go out here just trying to do this for what's in between their legs. But I think there's a subconscious motivation in, I bought this house for my woman. I bought this car. I get it. And I always tell you, yes, I want to see men strive to be the best that they can be in whatever arena they are in. But we also can't trick ourselves into say, well, we just do this strictly for us. Now, there's always that subconscious, we did it for them too. You know what I'm saying?
Well, here's
Because
the thing. Success is going to bring a
But
woman regardless, though.
not
That's just a
necessarily.
byproduct of success. If chaotic
It,
truth is a
here's,
guy,
here's why I say I deny that. You got a lot of successful men based on that terminology, but totally socially awkward. That's why you see what's going on YouTube. See, I can be financially successful, socially awkward. I can be financially broke and be socially on point. You understand? See, if you really get down into the weeds of a lot of things, you have more guys that are probably socially awkward and can't communicate, which means they cannot be successful with a woman. I've had people on this platform where if I don't understand you as a man, I know a woman can't understand you as a man. See, so I think the first principle of manhood is first learning how to talk.
I agree with you 100% on that. And I actually said
and
that.
learning how to communicate, because communication should be the first key. You know, when you think of the word communication, what's the biggest word in there? To commune, to come together. When if you take the biblical principle, it says Adam, he worked, but then God put him to sleep, took a rib and brought him a woman to do what? Be a help meet. The problem is, if a man doesn't have a focus and he doesn't have a vision, he doesn't have a garden, this is when I say we got a problem. And my job is to tell women, you know, now everybody using all these hypergamy words. I'm saying, yeah, that sounds cute. You barely know what that really means. No, a woman just want to be with a man that got a purpose, that got a vision in the holistic sense. But I think what's happening is we got a breakdown into what success look like, what manhood looks like, because just like you said about fathers on the male side, we also got fathers missing on the female side. So they have no clue. You understand what I'm saying? I'll say, you show me a woman that loves her dad, and I'll show you a submissive woman. You show me a woman without a dad, I'll show you a woman trying to take over the house. You understand? Because if you've never, my biggest thing, if you've never seen it, you can't replicate it. I can sit here all day long and say, read a book, go study the word of God. But if you never seen me get up and read the Bible, and you never seen me get up and read a book, you never seen me do the very things I'm telling you, don't know what that looks like. So I think, you know, for me in my position, I have to represent not only the uncle, the father, the dominant male cousin, to give them an image. What does that look like? You know, that's why next month we're doing all married couples, so that people can see what does a real healthy family look like. Because what may seem normal, abnormal to me, can be totally normal to somebody else in somebody else's house. So it's not that I'm dismissing your principle. I'm not dismissing it, because you're right. Men need to be focused. Go to college, because if she does walk out of your life, you still got a life. That's the key. Now, I give you that, you know, but subconsciously, we also got to man up and say, nah, we out here striving to do what? Get that woman.
Well, here's the thing, though, and here's my slight rebuttal. Okay. Even if a man is socially awkward, and I speak on that, that's why I say people give Pookie and Ray Ray too much credit. Pookie and Ray Ray, they know how to talk to and interact with women, because a woman can't tell if you're rich or have money when she first looks at you. But here's my rebuttal. Even if a man is socially awkward, and if a woman finds out he's rich, he can still attract a woman, rather it be for the right or wrong reasons. That's neither here nor there. But she is still going to be a byproduct of his success. So with success comes a woman, period. Now, like I said, if she's there for the wrong reasons, that's neither here nor there. But once you focus on you, on being the best version of you and the higher quality you become in all aspects, my whole point is you are going to attract the right and wrong people, rather it be male or female. You're just going to become an attractive person, period. That's all I'm saying. Success Women, money, they are all a byproduct of success. They're going to come. Women have been going with the top dogs for decades. That comes with the territory and whatever. If Uncle Stu is the number one political scientist in the game, but socially awkward, but women know Uncle Stu is that guy when it comes to his field and he got the paper, you better believe people gonna be like, well, women gonna be like, well, he may be awkward. Let me holler at Uncle Stu and see what he really talking about. Same with Chaotic Truth. He the number one.
Let me ask you these vocabulary words. Tell me the difference between attraction and maintaining.
Well, maintaining is to keep something going. Attraction is what draws a person near.
So I can attract something, but can I maintain what I attract?
It depends on what the woman, what her deal is.
Anybody.
And again, I said for the right or wrong.
I attract something, right?
Mm-hmm.
I attract something. Do I have now the ability to maintain what I attract? See, we talk about the law of attraction. What we never talk about is the law of maintaining what you attract.
Right.
You can attract a good woman, but can you maintain her? See, that's the difference between having a marriage and having a girlfriend. In a marriage, you're in the maintenance, the steward business. There's work to be done to keep her attracted to you. Law of attraction brings about multiplication. I can attract a whole lot of women, but it doesn't mean I have the ability to keep what I attract. See, so I take it another level. Yeah, you can have the money and you can attract a lot of women, but guess what? Can you maintain? Can you keep? Can she be the one and keep her? Talk to me, Chaotic. What you got to say? Let me hear your thoughts, views, and opinions.
Oh, so what you were talking about with attraction and maintaining.
And like I said, there's never a debate, an argument.
Oh, of course.
Throwing out some points.
So, and if I could, hopefully I'm following you guys on this one, but and please feel free to disagree with this. But I talk about this.
Hold that thought real quick.
Yeah.
I want to salute the intentional millionaire. Look, successful principles translate. So if y'all want the game on real estate, make sure you subscribe to Intentional Millionaire. He had an awesome live. Make sure y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Big Bad Bull, can you throw Intentional Millionaires channel in the chat for me, please? Go ahead. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Well, I think to a degree that again, you guys, your opinions could be right and I could be wrong, but I think that women are never really truly attracted to men. It goes back to what Chris Rock said, that the only people that are unconditionally loved on the planet are women and children. I think that men constantly men have to do things to maintain their significant other, which is their wife or a girlfriend, etc. And as soon as they stop doing the things to keep that, I guess, that maintenance, women will generally leave, because it's not really programmed in a woman to I hate to say this, man, because it's so broad what I'm going to say, but generally women are not programmed to stay with a person that is not providing some sort of resource, generally speaking. Yeah, you do have women that'll let some dude stay and play video games all day, but it's something
We're
that
talking about 90%. Talk to me about the general populace.
But generally, women, the younger they are, the thinner they are, the more beautiful they are. You got to do something to maintain, because they know their value just based off of nature. Now, obviously, somebody older, she may understand the hierarchy or her sexual market value, but generally, as a man, nobody is really ever attracted to you. Other than maybe your mom or somebody, men aren't really cared for real. So and I think it's beauty in knowing that. So I think that there is a maintenance level, like, like even down to your family members, your sisters, your first cousins that are females. It's something like you're always doing something for them, and when that stops, that's when, okay, well, I don't need you anymore. And please disagree with me on this one, because this is just what I've experienced, and dealing with, like, let's say family members, right? A female family member. Really, they call upon you when you can provide them some sort of security, or it's something you're doing physical for them. Obviously with a girlfriend or a wife, it's you are providing a certain life for them. And and I think that's the beauty of understanding the red pill, because you understand that truth, that is just how nature works. And to a degree, I think that's how it's always going to be. If that makes any sense, though, about the whole maintenance thing.
It makes a lot of sense.
Okay.
I take what both of you said at both levels and can package both of them and prove both of them true at the same time. You understand what I'm saying? I can prove both true at the same time, because there's levels. I agree with high values. There's a level where you do need to stay focused and stop worrying about what's in between their legs, because there's a higher mission. Totally agree. I agree with you when you say, there's a level in which we got to learn how to manage and maintain, because it's good that you got the house. That looks good, but go ahead and lose that house and see how long she stayed with you living in a car. Got you. So there's levels to that thing. So I really enjoy it. I really enjoy it. I think we getting ready to shut it down, because KC got to go to work, and I want to make sure that he gets to work on time. I love this conversation. Chaotic Truth, you're definitely welcome back, sir. I think Big Bad Bull had put your channel in the chat, so hopefully you got something out of it. Very intellectual. Love it. If you got any questions, need any insight, got some debates, come on and talk to me, and let's talk it out so we get some clarity on anything that you need clarity on, or at least get some whatever you need. Whatever you need. I think okay. Now, I didn't hear you for a sec. I was looking to see. I was like, I know I didn't mute you.
Oh,
okay.
No, I'm saying thank you for having me, man. I definitely will be back. You normally live stream about 3 or 4 times a week.
Yeah, February is going to be 5 times a week, 7 o'clock.
Sounds good. Well, thank you very much, Stu. Definitely, it was a pleasure. And High Value Nurse, thank you very much.
All right. Have a good one, sir.
Yep.
All right, sir. I definitely want to thank you. I'm gonna sound like Intentional Millionaire. For the first hour, you were dropping mad jewels. I mean,
thank you.
That's why I was staying quiet. You were dropping some good stuff. I hope people take the fruit of everything that you talked about. Successful principles, understanding what you got to do to put in the work. Like I said, you keep your head up. You don't, if you see the negative, man, there's some positive people out here, that is growing, that's developing. You heard me say it earlier. You want to buy a house, then you go talk to an Intentional Millionaire. He's going to tell you how to get that together. You want to be successful, you got to hang around those that are putting in the work, and that's going to motivate you. Thank you, sir.
We gotta have a part 2 on my platform, Uncle Stu. You gotta come over, and we gotta set this up for a part 2 when you get some free time on the CJ Kyle's channel.
Yeah. Intentional Millionaire is gonna understand it. We got a boss now, bro. We got a boss, so we got to check in with our boss. Our boss got us working. We working, you just shoot me an email and everything, because like I said, right now it's just maintaining and getting this platform. So, you definitely shoot me an email, and we get you on schedule, and we do what we got to do.
Yo, thank you so much for having me on, ladies and gentlemen. Salute to the chat. I really appreciate the opportunity to be here. And I love y'all. I rock with y'all. Y'all keep doing the good work.
Thank you,
Please
sir.
check me out over at the High Value Nurse, CJ Kyles. We are almost at 1,000 subscribers. And yeah, man, we just put in the work. I appreciate y'all.
Yes. Yes. LOL. Boss with look. You know she was watching that stream.
Heck you, God. That's funny. That's funny. That is funny.
All right. Well, let me get this ending procedure. You can stay right here. Hold on. Where? You know, I should have been a little bit more in order, but now I got it. All right. This is Uncle Stu, the old man on the block. Like, comment, share, and definitely subscribe. Emancipate your mind. Peace. Before I shut it down, big salute to Big Bad Bull with the $10 cash app. Great conversation. Appreciate you, CJ. High Value Nurse. And yes, we ain't got no benefits over here, boy. We leave with no pay. Might even get negative pay. So yeah. We gotta put in the work.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate you, my brother. You take care. And like I
Peace.
said, send me that email.
I
And
sure
to
will.
everybody in the chat, I appreciate you. Peace.